All right, so we keep up with non-stop breaking news updates coming in, and on your screens details of how Hungary has reiterated that it will not send troops or weapons to Ukraine. Earlier, the Hungarian Prime Minister had said that the country will stay out of the conflict and Hungary itself would not supply weapons to the neighbor. This even as Hungary has condemned Russian attack on Ukraine. So they've condemned the Russian attack, they've condemned Russia's invasion into Ukraine, but it has maintained distance. It has stayed away from the ongoing conflict and now has reiterated once again. Earlier also it maintained that it will not be supplying weapons to Ukraine like many other neighbors have, many other NATO countries have, NATO members have, but has reiterated once again that it will not supply arms directly to Ukraine. This also comes as just how we told you a few minutes ago that Germany has also now decided not to reveal details of the arms supply to Ukraine. Berlin has made it clear they will not be getting into any of the details. They will not be disclosing the kind of arms supply they are sending into Ukraine. And for the moment, this kind of a statement coming in from Hungary that has reiterated its position on arms and ammunition that will not be sent to Ukraine still. Ankit once again continues to be with us and is joining us with more details. Ankit, because parallelly focus is also on what these nations, these neighboring nations maintain, the Western nations maintain in terms of extending support to Ukraine. It's a tough time for them, and certainly the supplies, both militarily and economically, are coming in and are of huge help at this point in time. So each of these statements remain extremely crucial.
No doubt, Christine, it's extremely important to also note that there are certain countries that do not want to be a part of this war. It is one thing to condemn the invasion, but it is another thing to declare some kind of action against Russia. So we had Hungary actually earlier come out and say that it would not impose sanctions either. So Hungary refused to be a part of the Western sanctions. We've seen, Christine, how even some of the European countries have been squeamish. Germany, for instance, was not in league with stopping its imports of Russian oil and gas because Europe is very dependent on Russian energy supply. And US convinced them to also block imports of oil and gas. But now Hungary is drawing a line and Hungary is saying that we will certainly not send weapons. Hungary, it's very important to note, shares a border with Ukraine. It is not sharing a border at this moment with Russia, but it is very close to the Crimean Peninsula. So there is every chance that Russia may construe it as some kind of involvement, and so Hungary has said it will not.